Hello guys, and welcome to Planet Coaster. Now today we are going to be doing a park build. As you guys can see, I previously already did the build, and we're just kind of watching it back over. It's kind of like I'm watching it for the first time with you guys as well. But anyway, today we are going to be building Port Noble. Now, honestly, I took the idea from Port Noble as the name from Pirates of the Caribbean, which I believe it's Port Royal. Port Noble. Noble is just kind of another word for royal. So I was like, okay, that's perfectly fine. Let's do it. So here we are. Currently, I am just kind of like, I believe I was just kind of working on the paths. I really wanted the paths to look good and have kind of like, okay, this is where things are going to go, and that's where things are going to go, and it's going to be like that. And right here, I'm kind of working on like a main entrance, like kind of like, not really like the main entrance, but I was working on kind of like a sign for the park. I didn't really know what to do, so I grabbed that like explosion looking sign, and it looked really good. And I didn't even realize it whenever I first placed it down. But honestly, the lighting on that sign is just perfect. And later on, I actually throw in a little thing. But I was working on it for a long time, and I was like, okay, I'm taking too long on this. Let's move on. So I started working on the plants and rocks and stuff behind the sign. And I thought it turned out pretty good. I might rework it in the future, but it is pretty decent. It looks like something that would be kind of sort of in a park. You know, give or take a little of the things, but yeah, I use some of these low shrubs like this all over the park, honestly, just because like it looks more like grass, like real grass. Even though the grass in this game looks amazing, it looks almost too flat whenever you're looking at it from like a person view. So I gave those just because it kind of help a little bit. Here I guess I was just kind of messing around with some of the effects to see if I could do anything cool. But I was like, okay, just moving on. And I started doing kind of a guardrail around the whole little bush area here. And I know it starts out really kind of slow because like once I started building stuff, it got a lot better. And sorry to break anybody's hearts, before we get too far into the video, I did not make any roller coasters or anything on this. I made one ride. But the only reason I put it down is because I wanted it to be kind of a placeholder for whenever we do more episodes of this. So it's kind of there. I don't remember what it is. I think it's the like pendulum swinging ship, and it kind of looks like a pirate ship, and it fits in with the theme because it's kind of piratey, kind of like a port. And I was kind of doing some guardrails here, and I couldn't really get them to go completely straight the way I wanted to, so I just kind of bent them, and you can see kind of, if you look closely, they kind of overlap, and it kind of looks ugly, but if you don't look too hard at it, and it's kind of okay. See, I put the pirate logo right there, and it actually lights up really good. It's nighttime, you can actually see how good that LED is, and I love it. You can barely even tell that the wood's there at night, but it's perfect. And I started messing around with the lighting here to try and light up the area. Like, I put a light here, and I don't know why I didn't take out that white light. Honestly, I didn't need it, because I put that kind of cyan color there, and I think I put I put the yellow one there, and it looks really good. I really like it. So the main colors are kind of like cyan and yellow, and I think it looks good. It fits the whole park. And I started lighting up everything else because I realized at nighttime you were like, oh, well, there's not enough lighting and whatnot. So I put in some more lighting, and I don't know. I spent too much time on that little area, like literally. All right, now so I start working here. I believe at this point I was trying to find a sign to put there, but I'm like, no, I already have one. Let's move on. Started messing around with some of the decorations, and I got to the cannon here. I was like, oh, that's actually a perfect thing to put there. Let's find something flat to put it on. And there's like no good rocks to put it on. Honestly, I thought it would look good on kind of a rock that was flat, maybe. But there's not really any rocks like that unless you put down a ton of rocks in a row, and I just don't think that would look very good. So I kind of moved on. I grabbed some wood to see if it would work. But the part snapping isn't the best, so I'm still messing around with it here, but I actually disregard it in a little bit. In exchange, I think I grabbed some. I think it was like some roofing parts or something like that. I don't remember. No, it was like, yeah, it was roofing parts, but it's just like the edge, and I just grabbed it and laid it out. It wasn't this. It's the rock one, honestly. There it is, that one. I laid them out in a row, and it kind of made a good platform, so I kind of did that. Honestly, like, I want to keep expanding on this. I want the whole park to be themed kind of like this, and maybe not like the whole park, but like have maybe different sections have a different theme. I'm really thinking of doing like a roller coaster and a roller coaster. The building that it's in, the queue line, have all that in a building, and then maybe have like a terraformed area that the roller coaster goes through. I don't know. I think that would look awesome. So maybe I'll save that for like the next video or something. Again, I was kind of going through the decorations. I saw those guards and I was like, oh, that's cool. I'll use those somewhere. And I actually do use them on the building that I build. You might have saw in the thumbnail. I don't know. Well, actually, I don't know if you can see them in the thumbnail since it's so far away. But I build the building and I use the guards as kind of like guards. You know, they're just guarding the building, even though it's like pirate themed. But here I am using some more of those brushes, or not brushes, but the bushes for the grass and everything. I threw in another tree over here. I thought it looked pretty neat. I didn't really know if it needed the tree, and now that I think about it, I might take that away. And I was honestly wishing I could put that purple bush over on the other thing, but it worked. It turned out pretty good. I'm just kind of throwing in some rocks and bushes and stuff to make it look more flourished and whatnot. I don't know why you can't even see it. Like whenever I do the first person walkthrough, you can barely even tell that the, oh my gosh, what is it called? The seaweed. You can barely even tell that's there. It's so blended in so well. I don't know why I put it there. I forgot it was there, honestly. And here, I actually throw in, there's a bathroom inside the building that I build. And the only reason I wanted to do that is because I actually wanted a reason for people to use the buildings. Like, I love the idea of the decorations because even Six Flags really does that. They'll just throw in buildings that are pretty much pointless because there's nothing in them. It's just a blank canvas. But I wanted a reason for people to walk inside of it. I thought that was a kind of a cool idea. I started building around like this, and I was like, okay, I don't want to just do a regular straight up building. Let's have some curves and stuff on it. And I realized, I was like, oh wait, this is one of those things like, I can't really build a perfect 45-degree angle on this, so I'm going to have to mess around with it quite a good bit. So I started messing around with it, and eventually, right about here, I believe, I got it. Yeah, I got it just about right, and I had to fit in another piece there. And I was like, you know what? It's not perfect, but it's good enough. And we went on with our day. And I just threw in some of these little roller coaster things here. I thought they looked kind of neat. I didn't want a straight up blank wall, so I threw those in, and I thought it turned out pretty good. Even though that corner overhangs right there, the people that are walking on the path, I've never seen one person walk through it yet. They might walk through it, but I haven't seen it. So I was messing around with some of the windows, and I threw in these kind of square ones, and I thought they looked pretty well. I don't know if I used them again. I don't think I did. But here I started building the porch, and started throwing around ideas in my head, and I was like, that looks decent, but we can do better. So I threw in that porch, and I was like, that looks pretty good. And I threw in the little edging, and I was like, wait a second. You know what? I'm going to do a wraparound porch. So I rerouted it, and everything looked pretty good. And this is kind of the design I kept, even though... Well, no, it is the one I kept. I didn't change anything about it other than that back piece. I was going to put kind of not a walkway, but like a staircase, a couple steps to go up onto the porch. Even though you can't literally go up onto the porch. I still thought it would have been a nice inclusion, just for immersibility or whatever you want to call it. But I couldn't find a very good way to do it. There's not very many small blocks. Most of the blocks in the game fit up one tile, like the whole tile. So I was like, okay, I'll just move on and keep working, whatever. And here I started doing some more lighting because it turned nighttime and you see all the lighting and you're like, oh, well, that needs lighting too. So I threw in some lamps right here. I really like these lamps. I might have overused them, actually. I like them so much. There's just, if I counted them, there's probably about 40 lamps on the whole building, which is kind of amazing. I don't know why I put that many on, but it lit up the place naturally, and that's kind of what I wanted. So honestly, the developers of the game, I kind of wish you would throw in a guardrail that matches the straight ones perfectly, like a curved one that matches it perfectly. The other one works, but it just looks too beat up. It looks like it doesn't really fit with the build, you know. Right here is actually where I started trying to do that little step up onto the porch, and I couldn't figure it out. So I was like, okay, moving on. I'll just leave it like that. Old granny can't make it, I guess. Yeah, I started messing around with some stuff. I think I was messing around more with the doors than anything, but I think I settled on that door right there because it looks kind of like a old like saloon or whatever you want to call it, kind of Western look. But at the same time, it also kind of looks like it's from a port. And I'm like, okay, works. Let's move on. I'm spending too much time here. Let's see. I started throwing in some more, what is it called? The plaster? I can't read the screen. Oh, well, it's going too fast. But the base parts, I started throwing more of those in to give some more detail here and there. And I throw in some more at the very end. Now, at this point, I started working on the top floor, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to do one more balcony. Honestly, I might go back and edit the back wall a little bit more, because the back wall, unless you... I guess right now it's fine, but unless you walk around the back, it's like the back is so, like, bland. There's just, like, almost nothing back there. I mean, there's enough to give it detail, but that's just about it, literally. Honestly, I wish I would have used a straight up square piece for that roof tile, because in the end it didn't really make much sense because it's curved and then the roof isn't really curved. Now this was some of the hardest parts, was trying to put these roof edges on and then layering them one by one over and over again to finally get the finished piece. But I'm so glad I did it, honestly, because it was worth it. It looks so much better than without it. Next time, though, I might not use these white pieces. I might use, like, there's another piece that I don't know where it was at in the game. It's probably in building, oh my gosh, what is that? Building, dang it, I can't read it. But the little, like, there's little edges for the shingling. That's what it is. And it looks just like the shingling. It looks like... If you look at the edge of the roof and then where it curves and meets at the edge, that's what the edging looks like, and it matches the roof perfectly. So I might do that next time. Right here, I was kind of messing around with the pillars and just kind of decided on doing the regular like pillars without any extra stuff. So yeah. Anyway, this was honestly, arguably, I don't know what you guys think, but the corner piece where it curves right there, I really wish there was a workaround for that. I guess I could have honestly curved a square piece and put it in there, but I did that for the time being, and then I started doing this more and more, and then I got to right about here and realized it's too long for me to curve, so I just kind of had to leave it open. Yeah, you see me kind of struggling with it right there. It kind of made me mad, honestly, but oh well, I guess we kind of moved on. So yeah, I just left it open, but throwing in the inside pieces right here. Let's see, do I do more lighting? No, I don't. Okay, I think I'm still working on, I'm still working on that top porch. Right here, I started working on the very top roof here. Oh my gosh, they're spinning around so much. Yeah. Okay, this was one of the things, I didn't even realize this because it was nighttime whenever I put these rooftop pieces on there. But yeah, I was trying to fit in stuff right there, and I was like, well, you're going to be able to see through it because there's no thing on there. And then I saw I just kept kind of going, and then during the daytime, I realized those roof pieces actually have wood pieces on them by default, and I didn't know that. Yeah, like whenever I zoomed in there, I thought I couldn't see. See, you can see right here, there's like a wood wall on it, and I didn't know that until the daytime when I could see it. So it's just kind of a nice thing to know if you're building at night. I think I ended up actually, yeah, I ended up removing these lights that I put. Yeah, because like I settled on the fact that I wanted to put those on the beams because I thought that would look a lot more authentic than trying to match up the ones on the railing. So I just kind of left. I took those away and then I put these on the beams, and I thought those looked a lot better, honestly. But yeah, I don't know. It's just it fits in more. It looks like it's more natural than not. So anyway, I'm actually drinking water right now, so if I'm silent for a second, I'm sorry. But yeah, I just kept doing more lighting because like every time it turned night in the game, I realized like how much more lighting I actually wanted. So I started throwing in some more. I put some red and green on the porch, and I thought that looked pretty good. I still kind of think it looks pretty good at nighttime anyway. During the day, obviously, it doesn't make a difference. And I kept working on the roofing here. I'm glad I spent so much time on it. Like, whenever I was doing it, it felt like it was kind of pointless. But then once I started doing it more, I realized how good it looked, and I was glad that I put my time into it because it was just such a thing. Now, coming up real soon, the game crashed on me about like 3 or 4 times, and it really made me mad, honestly. But it's a thing that I've got to deal with, I guess. My drivers kept crashing, and I'm not going to blame the game for it. It's probably just the fact that it's an early development build game, and there's a lot of incompatibilities, and currently I have my computer overclocked, and my overclock honestly might have a lot to do with that. I believe right here, where's it at? Right there it crashed, yeah, you saw that. I don't even know what I just said, yeah. But yeah, it crashed, and I got really upset and actually went and ate breakfast. I went and ate breakfast, but my breakfast was ramen noodles, so I don't know if that's considered breakfast where you live. I'm on a budget, so I just ate whatever I had, and ramen noodles are pretty good. I have pork flavor and like chicken picante, and they're all amazing. But yeah, I just kind of kept working on this. Now, eventually I do finish it, I believe. Of course I did. I finished the whole product, duh. But, yeah, it kept crashing, and whenever it crashed, I would kind of give up for a little bit and then keep going on it later. And at this point, I think I was realizing that one side of the roofing wasn't properly level compared to the other one. So I kept kind of working on it and smoothed it out as much as I could. And it looks a lot better than what it was originally. Because I had those wood pillars kind of sticking out at first and didn't realize it. But what was I saying about the crashing? I actually lost quite a good... Well, I'm not going to say quite a good bit of the building. But the little area, the little garden area that you'll see at the very end that's next to the ride. I don't know if I even put the ride in. I don't remember. It crashed somewhere. Where did it crash? Oh, whenever I was putting lighting in on the restrooms, it crashed there. But honestly, it's not a lot. It's just a lot of tedious gardening work that I was doing, so it's not like you missed a lot. But here, I'm just kind of... You can see that like I was kind of working on the back, and I didn't put too much effort into the back. Like, it looks good, but it could use something else to come out. Like, either another porch or another room or something. I think it would look kind of cool if I did a room on the top, like coming off the second level, and then not having a room on the bottom. So you kind of have like, it's a porch, but you can walk under it. So you've got this floating room above you. I think that would look kind of cool. I might go back and do that if I remember to on the next video. Where I think at this point I was kind of, I think I was starting work on the top porch. Yeah, I think I was. Do I keep doing it? No, I save here. I think at that point I was realizing, I was like, okay, I definitely need to save. So don't be a dumb butt and not save. So save. But yeah, I started using, I believe these were balcony, actual balcony guardrails. They're a lot shorter than what a real human would need, but they look a lot better. If they had like a taller version of that color of railing, it'd be nice. And one thing, honestly, I would like to see in the future is like being able to color the parts that you have. There's a lot of creativity, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot that can be like added on, definitely. Now, I don't know if you noticed this, the railing also didn't match up for that curved porch, and I kind of wish I just would have redid that. Like, I might go back and redo that too. But here I am using some more of those lamps, the abundant amount of lamps. I even used more in the back right there, and I finally realized, I was like, okay, that's just too many. Let's take away some, and also take away that window while I'm doing it, and put a door up here so you can actually get on the porch, because that would make sense, wouldn't it? I did end up, I ended up using 2 more lamps, but it was a lot better than 4. And I think at this point I was just trying to figure out little decorations that I could use. And I use these little handles right here. They don't look the best, but you know what? It makes it look a little bit better because it's just not a blank wall anymore. And I think I actually started decorating right here, doing some more decorations where I could and whatnot. More lighting and whatever. I put these pirate flags up, or no, those weren't pirate flags. Those were like, those are the pirate flags, the black ones, and then you've got the British one right there. But I started using these. Are they straight red? No, they are pirate flags. Okay, they're red with like a pirate logo on them. But I used a couple, and I thought they looked really good. They add a lot of immersion to it because they can overhang the path. I threw in that, and it looked pretty nice, so I started lighting up, or I started playing around with the spotlights and whatnot. I used them in quite a few places, honestly. They're just really cool, and I really like them. So I threw in one right there. What did I throw in here? Oh, I threw in like a little, yeah, that little thing. And then I threw in some more of those. And I believe I started working with some more I threw in another one that kind of lit up the bathroom right there, you know, whatever. This is where it crashes right here. So I threw in a light right here and it crashed. So anyway, this is where I'm going to have to end it. So I hope I see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys like this video, honestly, and I hope you guys enjoy the view.